Hello everyone, this is Ninja Girl Sakura, finally back with another Yashahime Princess Half Demon review. I am so sorry that I did not get this review up last week as I had planned to. I had every intention of sitting down and recording the review, having it up for you guys, but then some major stuff happened in my personal life. If you follow me on Twitter, you know what that is, but yeah. I won't go into it here. That, however, is why the review was not up on time like I had intended. So, I apologize for that. And I need to get my butt back to these reviews and get them done. So, let's just get right into it. 2 Saturdays ago now, we got Season 2, Episode 12, A Place Not for Towa. And it was another pretty good episode. All this season has actually been pretty decent, if I'm being honest. Major step up from Season 1, which it should be, and I highly approve of that. This episode, no exception, it has some great stuff in it. Now, did it make me like Towa more? Did it endear her to me more? Personally, no. I will explain why. I will explain myself later, but yeah. Just know, my opinion on her has not changed. She is still my least favorite out of the 3 main girls. Moroha is number 1, Setsuna's number 2, and yeah, for now at least, Towa remains at number 3. I'm still open, of course, for her to win me over more later on if the series continues. I hope it happens. I'm up for it. I'm fine with that. Although topping Moroha would be very hard, but, you know, again, I'm open to liking her more, and yeah. But this episode did not change my mind, is the point. Still a good episode, though, and like I said, it has some good stuff in it. So, yeah, I'm not going to take that away from it at all. And this episode was actually kind of unique in the way it was showing its story. It basically showed us how Towa went from the point of telling Zero and Nanahoshi that she would not cry and give in to her anger and negative emotion, where we see her at the end of the Battle on the New Moon Part 2, where she is crying and has seemingly given in to her anger and negative emotion. So, yeah. That's basically this whole episode, showing us how she got to that point. And it was pretty well done. So, of course, she's still in the clutches of Zero and Nanahoshi. She still has the Eternity Bug on her. And Towa is trying her hardest fight back against all the anger and negative emotion that the Eternity Bug thing is trying to bring to the forefront and trying to bring out of her. So yeah, and Nanahoshi's loving it, of course, because he loves the scent that those emotions give when they go into that mini galaxy thing of his. So yeah, that's his motivation for doing this. And Zero, her motivation's obvious. She hates Towa, she hates Half Demon. So yeah, and she really does put Towa through the ringer here, emotionally. I will say that. So yeah. Because remember, she has the pearls still, and those pearls do hold the girl's memories. And she uses this to her advantage. She puts Towa's silver pearl in her eye, and she sees her memories. And we as the audience see these memories. And some of them are actually really, really cute. So, yeah. We see Towa as a little kid, right after she arrived in the modern era and met Sota. We see him and her frantically looking Setsuna. Sota trying to cheer her up and say that they will find her up. And yeah, them going back to the Akashi Shrine. She jumps onto a tree. Towa does. Shouts Setsuna's name. Mama Higurashi and Grandpa Higurashi arrive. And they're kind of perplexed by Towa. But, yeah. And they wonder if she is actually from the feudal era. And Sota says he's pretty sure of it because of the way she moves. It reminds him of how Inuyasha used to jump around and move around. Which, he did do a lot of that around Sota, so he would recognize that kind of behavior. So, yeah. And I think it's Mama Higurashi who wondered if Towa might be Kagome's daughter, but Sota can sort of just tell that she's not. So yeah. But after that, they welcome her into their family. They treat her as one of their own. And yeah. They give her a lot of love and treat her well. They're very good to her. And she is seemingly happy. Although, of course, she still is looking for Setsuna and wants to find her. And yeah. We see her get a little older. School. And of course, Sota makes her promise to not use her full strength. And when she gets into a fight, she's not punished because she wasn't the one who started it. So yeah. And of course, she actually got into the fight because everyone tried to tell her Setsuna didn't exist. So she's forgiven for that. We see Moe pregnant with Mei. And it's very cute how Towa leans into Moe's belly and can kind of hear Mei's heartbeat. She's there when Mei is born, of course, and Sota and Moe tell her that she is now Mei's big sister and has to take care of her. And Setsuna when they find her. And it's very, very endearing. Sweet. I very much like that. That was very, very cute. And we see Towa have a birthday party with baby Mei present. It's so cute. And they make her birthday the day that they met her, obviously, because they don't know her actual birthday. So, which is very sweet. They didn't have to do that for her, but they did. Again, treating her as one of their own. Even if she's not related to them by blood. They take care of her and love her. So yeah. And when they tell Towa to blow out the candles, not realizing how powerful her breaths actually are, when she does blow them out, she splatters the cake all over the whole family. But you know what? They don't get mad at her. They actually laugh it off. And it's just hilarious and very cute. Again, I really liked that. It was just hilarious. But Zero, once again, tries to take these memories and say they didn't really care about her. They smiled and laughed with her out of pity. Not because they actually truly loved her. Not because they really thought she was one of their own. And we also see Towa, older as she is now, walking Mei to school until she has to cross the street. You know, because her school's another direction. And we still see Towa calling out for Setsuna when she hears a little kid crying. Showing that she really does miss her still, even now when she's older. And here's why this episode didn't really make me like her more. It's because we kind of already knew this stuff about her. We already knew she was kind of bullied as a kid. We knew that she wanted to find her sister. So, yeah, this is not stuff we didn't already know. Is it sad that her and her sister were separated? Absolutely. But this is not stuff that we didn't know from, like, the very beginning about her. So, that's why. It's still her same motivations of she wanted to be with Setsuna and find her. Which is all well and good, and I get it. But it's just, it's not stuff we didn't know about her. There wasn't something else, like, I guess the best way to put it would be more tragic that would make me feel worse for her. I know that may sound more harsh than I mean it to be, but yeah, it's just, my point is, this is not stuff we didn't already know about her life, and that we didn't know about her as a character. We knew her motivation was to be with her sister, and that she hated bullies, and she wouldn't put up with it. Yeah, and we knew that Sota had made her promise not to use her strength and all that stuff. So, yeah, that's why this episode didn't, like, make me really love her and make her my favorite character. That's all. Still good stuff, though. Again, don't get me wrong. Those memories were really cute and really... I did enjoy them. Don't get me wrong there. But yeah. As I was saying, though, Zero really tries to use those good memories and just say her family never really cared about her. Her family in the modern era never cared about her. They were just smiling and laughing with her out of pity, not because they actually loved her. And then, final nail in the coffin is when she looks at Setsuna's golden pearl and sees her memories. And she's like, oh, Towa, how awful. While you were so worried about your sister and frantically looking for her, Setsuna here just completely forgot about you and never even bothered looking. And she had a happy life as she sees Setsuna's memories with Shiori and the half-demon village that she had hidden away. Yeah. She saw that and uses that to really push Towa over the edge. And unfortunately, does kind of work. She starts really giving in. As hard as she was trying to resist, she starts giving in really badly. Meanwhile, Sesshomaru, who I think was trying to rush to Towa's side because he could sense she was in trouble, does stop and begins to head to Setsuna with Jaken, of course, because he heard some ogre demons saying that they had seen one of his daughters in that direction, so he heads that way. It does meet up with Setsuna and the other demon slayers, including Kohaku, of course, which pretty cool to see them together again, because remember, they were a pretty decent team and pretty tight-knit for a little while in Final Act, so that was cool to see. And of course, Kohaku still has massive respect for Sesshomaru, and yeah, but he's mainly there to talk to Setsuna and ask her if she had mastered her Naginata's powers yet. I keep forgetting the name of the Naginata. There's a special name for it, and I can't remember it for the life of me. I'm so sorry. I don't know why I can't get it ingrained into my brain. But I don't remember the name of it. But yeah. He asks her if she has mastered his power, and she says, I've only been able to cut a thread of fate once. And I guess that's enough, because Sesshomaru, mainly of course because of Rin's dire state, does tell her to go to the Tree of Ages immediately, and yeah, go help her mother. So she agrees to do that, of course, because she does want to help Rin. And meanwhile, Kohaku and Sesshomaru are going to hold out the demons who are still trying, of course, to attack her. And Kohaku, this was funny. Kohaku's like, don't you worry, Lord Sesshomaru. I've got your back, I'll help you. As if Sesshomaru needs help. And of course, he instantly takes him out. Very easily. With his, oh, what's his move? I forget his move, too. Oh my gosh. I feel so bad. I forget the name of his move. But, you know, the move he has with his sword. I wish I could remember it. I don't. But yeah. Takes them out easily, and Setsuna takes off on Hirata to head to the Tree of Ages. He goes there and sees Rin, who is now awake. She sees her covered in scales more than before. She's running out of time, and she says that she will save her. Setsuna tries to tell Rin how she's gonna save her. Gonna be okay. And Rin is like, I'm just glad I got to see you. I would love to hold you and Towa one last time before inevitable in her mind happens. But yeah. Setsuna then frantically tries to find the thread of fate connecting Rin and Zero. And she does find it. She's actually able to focus and find it. But Rin stops Setsuna and says, no, don't! Cut that thread of fate. Don't do that yet. You need to save Zero and your sister. So, don't do it yet. And Setsuna's confused, but then Rin says, take this to your sister. Take this and go to her. I'm so sorry for the things you've had to endure. And thank you, for helping her stay alive as long as she has because of the dream butterfly. And with that, Setsuna takes off on Kirara and decides to follow a thread of fate to Towa. So, yeah. Very cool. And we don't know what Rin has given her yet. but we will. So, yeah. And of course, back with Towa, she has gained her half-demon form back, the sun has risen, and she, oh boy, she loses it. Her anger finally takes over, and she starts to become a full demon. Like Inuyasha with the red eyes and the long hair and everything. Although, of course, Inuyasha had long hair naturally, but you know what I mean. She is furious. And Riku and Rion were there too, trying to help, but, yeah, in this state, I don't think Towa's gonna listen to them. I believe that is where the episode ends, with Towa having completely lost control, and, yeah, it's not a good situation. Oh boy. So, yeah. Very, very bad. Towa has completely lost it. And obviously, Zero wants to egg her on because she wants Towa to kill her, because that means Rin will die, right? And of course, Towa would never forgive herself for that. But yeah, that is where the episode ends, with Towa having lost her composure, full demon form. She is out for blood. Oh boy. So, yeah. Good episode. Good little cliffhanger. And yeah. I think that will do it for this review. Again, it was a good episode. It has some good stuff in it. It's just, it didn't really tell us anything about Towa and her life, or her character, that we didn't already know. We already knew about her being bullied as a kid, and bullied by others even now as a teenager. Although now, she doesn't put up with it. She fights back, obviously. Although she still did as a younger kid. You know. Yeah, we knew about that. Knew about her wanting to find Setsuna the whole time they were separated, until they met again in, what, episode 2 of season 1? I forget. But yeah, until they actually did find each other again. So, yeah. That's why it didn't really draw her to me more and make me like and appreciate her as a character more. Say, Moroha, which topping her would be very hard to top. But yeah, that's why. Still a good episode though. I still liked it. So don't get me wrong. Yeah. I'm going to not ramble on anymore. I'm going to end this review here. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, share it around if you want. If you want to follow me on Twitter or support the channel on Patreon, I would be forever grateful. I try to make sure I thank every Patreon member at the start of a new month. I know that's not much, but that's the least I can do for right now. I do want to think of something better, but for now, I try to do that much at least. So yeah, want to join it, feel free, but pressure. And yeah, I will see you guys next week for a review of episode 13, which is fine because we're not getting a brand new episode until January 8th. So in a weird way, it works out. So yeah, you guys can look forward to that hopefully next week, unless something tragic happens. But yeah, till then, I'll see you guys later.